The story of Nyoka and the Great River. I am Nyoka, born in a village nestled on the banks of the Great River, where the water flows like the blood of our ancestors, deep and unyielding. This river is said to be a gift from the Creator, flowing from the heart of the mountains to the vast plains. The elders often speak of how our people lived in harmony with Him, just as we must live in harmony with each other. My story is a story of unity, for I have learned that no one is truly free unless we are all free. As a child, I played by the riverbank and listened to the stories of the cars. One day, it was then that I, a child at the time, heard the voice of my grandmother, who had remained silent at the meetings. She stood up and called out to the. Don't you remember the lesson of the great river? She asked. The river does not flow alone. It is made of many streams, many hands and many hearts. It brings life to the land only because it unites all things. I remember the silence that followed. The wind held its breath and even the river seemed to stand still. My grandmother continued, her words now like a sea. Each of us, she said, is like a drop of water. Alone, we may not be able to achieve much. But together, we form a mighty river. If we are to meet this challenge, we must unite. Unity will guide us, just as it guided us all. The elders fell silent, but I saw the truth in their words. Slowly, they began to talk, not to argue, but to listen. One elder spoke of his knowledge of the dam's design, another spoke of how people could work together to open a new path for water. It became clear that only by uniting our efforts, combining wisdom, strength and patience, could we solve this problem. The village came together, not as individuals with their own desires, but as one people with one goal. Men, women and children worked side by side, building, digging and guiding the river to flow once more. We talked to strangers, shared our wisdom about the land and, in time, they agreed to help. The dam was removed and the river regained its flow. It was. Today, standing by the river with my own children, I tell them the story of our people, not as someone giving orders, but as someone who has learned. I remind them that the world is full of challenges, just as the river faces rocks and storms. But as long as we stand together, as long as we unite our strength and our wisdom, there is nothing that can change. The river keeps flowing and so must we together.